Welcome, traveler. You've found third shift HFY. The story begins now. The Council once prided itself on order, on believing that the universe could be managed through fear and formality. But order, when shaken, always reveals what it truly is: panic with better grammar. At the Council War Chamber, the whole of Concord's vast dome is now a fortress, the floor filled with armored delegates, banners replaced by tactical displays. Outside, planetary defense grids glow like veins of blue fire across the atmosphere.
Theta Prime has failed to contain the anomaly. The fleet retreated without authorization.
His crystalline ridges flare blue as he slams a hand on the table. A ripple of energy flashes through the holographic displays.
Strategos reports that direct engagement would have resulted in total loss.
Then let her lose something else.
He gestures sharply. Her holographic presence flickers out. Around him, military officers and delegates exchange uneasy looks. In bureaucracies built on control, defiance is treated as infection, and the cure is always the same. The overseer walks toward the central hologram, a massive image of the Ark of Cinders, rotating slowly. Every eye in the chamber follows him.
Deploy Omega Directive. All fleets within 6 sectors will converge on its position. No parley, no hesitation. I want that vessel erased.
Gasps echo softly. A junior delegate steps forward, voice trembling.
Sir, this could trigger a...
It already has.
He raises his hand. The lights shift red. Across the hall, hundreds of holographic fleet markers ignite.
Omega Directive confirmed. Authorization, Overseer level. Target, Ark of Cinders. Status, engage and eliminate.
Silence follows, the kind that feels like breath before a scream. So it began, not with warning, not with reason, but with fear, polished and signed in the language of command. Fleets launching from council shipyards. Blue light fills the void, engines roaring like metallic thunder. Thousands of ships surge toward a single golden star. They believed the gods of humanity could be silenced again. They forgot gods remember. The void trembled long before the fleets arrived. Light travels faster than sound, but fear moves faster than both. In the black of space, streaked with faint nebular gold, the Ark hangs in stillness, its light soft but immense. In the distance, blue engines flare, council fleets converging, thousands strong. They came in perfect formation, 12 fleets, 40,000 ships. The Council called it the Omega Response. The Ark called it inevitability. Inside the Ark's bridge, Athara stands at the center, still as a statue. Indra paces slowly near the viewport, energy rippling under his armor like coiled lightning. Bellona's eyes glow crimson as endless data scrolls around her.
Incoming fleets detected. Estimated strength overwhelming.
Good.
Weapons charging sequences ready. Defensive grids at 100%. Awaiting directive.
Athara doesn't move. Her gaze remains fixed on the incoming lights.
No engagement until they fire. Let them write the first line.
Silence. The Council fleet fans out like a net across the horizon, weapons charging, energy flares blossom across the void.
Target lock achieved. Primary batteries ready.
Fire.
A moment's pause. Then, the void ignites. Thousands of blue-white energy lancers streak toward the Ark, tearing through darkness like falling stars, and the first shot of the second extinction found its mark. Impact. The Ark's shields flare gold, bending under the barrage. The bridge trembles, sparks fall from the ceiling.
Shields holding. 78%. Hull integrity stable.
Indra steps forward. Lightning flares under his skin, crawling up his arms like serpents.
Permission to answer.
Athara's eyes glow faintly. She turns toward him. Her voice carries the weight of 1,000 years.
Permission granted.
The Ark's light surges outward. Indra raises his hand. The energy around him becomes a storm, every bolt moving in perfect synchronization. It was not a weapon. It was weather given purpose. The first wave of ships vanished in light. The their hulls reduced to molten glass, their engines echoing like thunder. The Ark pulses once. Rings of energy expand outward, shredding the fleet formation.
Trajectory calculated. Strike efficiency 99.3%.
Make it 100.
He slams his palm into the floor. A shockwave tears through space, ripping apart the next line of ships. Explosions bloom silently against the black. They called it battle. It was closer to judgment. Athara's hand rises. The Ark's light focuses into a single beam that carves through the void, precise and surgical, splitting the command carrier in two.
End transmission.
The firing stops. The fleet's screams vanish into static. Silence floods back in. And for the first time since humanity's fall, the stars bore witness to their vengeance. There are moments in history that do not feel like war. They feel like judgment arriving late. Blow-white flames drift through the void. Fragments of council ships tumble, their hulls cracked open like broken glass. The Ark glides through the wreckage, golden light bleeding across twisted metal. The first volley had shattered half the fleet. The second shattered their faith in control. Inside the eminence, the flagship, alarms blaring, smoke spilling through shattered bulkheads. Officers shout, systems flicker. The Strategos' fleet tries to maintain order.
Shields collapsing, structural integrity down 40%.
Stabilize formation. Bring forward batteries to bear, now.
The view outside, golden beams slice through the void, moving too fast to trace. Each one vaporizes a ship in perfect symmetry.
They're targeting non-critical zones. They're dismantling us.
To the Council, it looked like chaos. But from the Ark, it was choreography. Inside the Ark, Bellona's crimson light pulses, fingers weaving through holographic layers as she controls the storm like a symphony conductor.
Vector correction. Align Indra strikes along thermal fractures. Efficiency over destruction.
Indra stands beside her, lightning crawling up his arm, jaw clenched with intensity.
Precision is still destruction.
Athara, at the command helm, voice low but commanding.
No. Precision is purpose. Keep their fear clean.
The Ark fires again, a quiet pulse of golden light that passes through the remains of the Council's command carrier, cutting it in half without explosion. Silence follows. The pieces drift apart slowly, glowing at their edges. The gods of humanity did not wage war. They performed absolution through annihilation. Back to the Council fleet, the Strategos' ship, Eminence, barely holding position. The Admiral grips the railing as her crew stares in horror.
This isn't battle. This is mass slaughter.
A flash. Indra's storm surges. Dozens of ships blink out in arcs of blue light. The remaining fleet breaks formation and scatters.
We're retreating. They're everywhere.
No, they are not everywhere. We simply built too much to hide from them.
The Ark passes through the fleet's ashes. No pursuit, no chase. Only silence and light.
Second fire complete. Cease engagement.
Enemy signatures dispersing. Communication grid fractured. Shall I transmit a message?
Athara's eyes close. Her tone is cold and divine.
Yes, tell them this is what remembrance cost.
The Ark releases one final pulse of light, not an attack, but a signal. Across the battlefield, wreckage glows gold before fading into darkness. The Council called it the first engagement of the war. The Ark of Cinders called it the first act of remembrance. The Omega fleets were gone, 40,000 ships, erased in a single engagement. The Council called it a tactical loss. History would remember it as the moment fear ran out of language. In the Hall of Concord, once polished, now in disarray, delegates shout across the chamber, holograms flicker with distorted fleet data. The Overseer stands above it all, a figure carved from shadow and light.
You will not use the word defeat. The official statement is containment incomplete. Repeat it until you believe it.
The delegates murmur, some nod, others hesitate. The air hums with anxiety. The Overseer turns sharply toward the Council voice projection.
Activate full communication lockdown. No external channels without my authorization.
Confirmed. Galactic relay access restricted. Civilian network severed.
The truth spread faster than censorship could catch it. A billion signals, scattered like embers, fragments of light and sound. The song of the Ark echoing across the void. In the smaller chambers, politicians and military leaders watching recorded battle footage. Golden light flashes on their faces. Someone whispers,
It wasn't destruction. It was precision.
They didn't target us. They judged us.
Back to the main hall, the Strategos stands near the doorway, pale, exhausted, eyes lowered. She's been stripped of command insignia. The Overseer notices her and approaches.
You led those fleets. You defied my directive. Tell me, Strategos, how does it feel to be the reason 40,000 of your kind are dead?
She doesn't look at him. Her voice is quiet but steady.
I told them to hold fire.
You told them to die.
No, Overseer. You did.
A tense silence. The Overseer's crystalline ridges pulse with violent blue light. In a society that worshipped order, truth was blasphemy, and the Strategos had just spoken it aloud. The Overseer gestures sharply. Guards step forward. She doesn't resist as they take her by the arms.
Remove her. Interrogation protocols. We will find every fragment of human sympathy left in this council and burn it clean.
As she's led away, her gaze drifts toward the hologram of the Ark, still glowing faintly gold. A faint smile touches her lips.
You can't burn light.
The Overseer watches her leave. His reflection merges with the image of the Ark behind him, blue and gold blending into a fractured hue. And in that moment, the Council's perfect order cracked, not from the outside, but from within. A view of the Council capital from orbit. The world glows faintly blue. Somewhere beyond, golden light flickers at the edge of the system, slowly returning. The guards were coming, and this time, they would not stop at the gates. Retribution does not begin with hatred. It begins with silence, and the understanding that peace will never be offered freely. The Ark of Cinders drifts through a graveyard of ships. Thousands of twisted hulls float in quiet orbit around a dying star, their molten edges still glowing gold. Inside the bridge, the war gods stand in still formation. The Ark had waited for the Council's next move. None came, so it made one. Athara gazes through the viewpoint. Bellona stands at a console projecting star maps, systems marked with faint red flares. Indra leans forward, both hands on the railing, the hum of energy beneath his metal plating growing louder.
Omega sectors, 4 active military systems, each responsible for weapons production and communications. If we strike them simultaneously, Council fleet coherence will collapse.
Then we start with their eyes and hands. Leave them blind and broken.
No. We strike their voice first. The relay world.
She gestures. The map magnifies a massive station orbiting a gas giant, an interstellar relay hub connecting Council sectors.
Estimated casualties, 8 billion, including civilian communication staff.
Athara's eyes flicker gold. Her tone doesn't rise, but the air trembles.
Then let them hear the cost of silence.
The Ark shifts course. Engines awaken with deep, thunderous resonance. Golden light floods the bridge as the stars blur into motion. The Ark moved not like a vessel, but like a verdict. Behind it trailed the echoes of a civilization wronged beyond redemption. The Ark exits FTL above the relay world. Defense grids flare immediately, millions of satellites lighting up the void.
Unknown contact. Massive energy spike. It's them. Activate planetary shields.
The Ark hovers above the gas giant, its shadow blotting out stars. Indra steps forward, energy coursing through his armor.
Permission to burn the skies.
Granted.
Indra extends both hands. The storm erupts, massive arcs of lightning leaping from the Ark's hull, cascading across orbital defenses. Satellites explode in synchronized bursts, lighting the dark like fireworks. The storm spread across the upper atmosphere, lightning spanning continents, shattering stations and cities alike. Bellona steps forward, her crimson armor aglow. She speaks into the air, voice resonating across frequencies.
Transmission complete. Every council channel receiving.
Athara's voice booms, soft, clear, impossible to ignore.
This is not war. This is consequence. Humanity forgave once. We do not repeat lessons unlearned.
On the planet below, the broadcast floods every screen. Soldiers, citizens, and leaders watching the gold light fall from the heavens. The sky burns with auroras of molten brilliance. For the first time in 10 centuries, the galaxy heard the voice of its ghosts, and it understood what vengeance sounded like. The Ark fires a single pulse into the relay world. It doesn't explode, it folds, collapsing inward into a golden sphere before vanishing. Silence returns.
First system extinguished.
Communications silenced. The galaxy is listening again.
Then we continue.
The Ark turns, golden light stretching behind it like a comet's tail as it departs. The world below glows faintly, a dying ember in the dark. Thus began the Fires of Retribution, a campaign not of conquest, but of remembrance carved in flame. In the void, fire doesn't spread. It lingers, it burns in silence, waiting for someone to look at it and understand what it means. The relay world's orbit is a field of golden embers. Fragments of cities drift in zero gravity, glinting faintly in the starlight. The Ark passes through them like a silent judge. The Ark left nothing behind that could rebuild, only truth made visible. Inside the Ark's bridge, quiet now. The war gods stand apart, each processing what they've done. The air hums with residual energy from the stool.
Civilian transmissions confirmed before detonation. The message reached over half the core sectors.
Good. Let them see what they created.
He turns away, lightning still flickering faintly beneath his metal plating. Athara watches him for a moment before speaking.
And what did we create, Indra?
Silence. The question lingers, heavy and human. Bellona glances up, voice flat but soft.
We created consequence.
Athara looks out the viewpoint, the glowing remains of the world reflected in her metallic eyes.
Then may we bear it better than they did.
At the council capital, a storm of panic. The overseer's office glows in blue alarms. He stands before a massive screen replaying the Ark's destruction of the relay world.
How is this possible? Every defense, every weapon, nothing survived.
An aide stammers, struggling to speak.
It wasn't an attack, sir. It was a demonstration.
The overseer turns, crystalline ridges pulsing. His tone is a snarl made of fear and pride.
Then we'll demonstrate back. Prepare Project Silencer. If humanity's ghosts want a war, we'll give them oblivion.
In a chamber deep beneath the capital, ancient systems stirred, weapons built from human designs, long forbidden. The council had kept more than fear buried beneath their order. The Strategos. Her cell bathed in pale light. A faint vibration shakes the walls. She looks up as a shadow flickers across her face.
Seismic activity. We're in orbit.
Before the guard can finish, a silent pulse passes through the air. The lights die. The cell door opens without sound. A faint golden shimmer flickers in the doorway, a drone from the Ark.
They came back.
She steps into the light and vanishes with it. The drone leaves behind a faint trail of gold, pulsing once before fading. Across the galaxy, whispers spread faster than any signal. The gods are moving. The council is falling. The silence is breaking. Back at the Ark's bridge, Athara closes her eyes.
They will strike back soon.
And we will be ready.
Indra's voice, low and electric.
Then the war truly begins. Let's show them what humanity left behind.
The Ark's engines flare, the gods standing together in golden light as their ship vanishes into hyperspace. The embers of the destroyed world fade behind them. Vengeance had begun as retribution. Now it had purpose. The stars would remember that humanity's children were not saviors. They were the consequence that learned to speak.